Okay, thought we'd just do kind of an easy one here. I mean, this ocean is so calm right now, it's almost silly. It's like almost no waves at all. So I thought of just doing about the mental changes after you do a dry fast. You know, you've cleaned up all these toxins which affect neural transmission and all the kind of stuff, all these heavy metals and all these agricultural and industrial chemicals. They get out of your system and your body starts working better. But the one thing that does happen is because when you're not drinking water, you're not, giving any water to your parasites because they can't make their own water. You know, in the last video when I said that, we make our own water in the mitochondria in our cells, this is why it's so easy to get rid of parasites and so hard at the same time. If you don't stop the water, you just keep feeding your parasites. That's the problem. But when they get taken care of and they're removed from your body, you don't have any cravings. You want to talk about compliance to dieting and stuff? How about no parasites? I guarantee you, no matter what you eat, you'll be able to comply because you won't be dragged into these other desires for stuff you don't want to eat. But something else happens. When you clean out the brain like this, you start having a clarity of thought. When you get rid of the chemicals that have been in your system for these parasites that need their food and need you to find the food that they need to eat, boy, does that have a crystal clear thought pattern then. Almost like it was when you were a kid because you hadn't had enough time to assemble and accumulate enough parasites and toxins to affect your thinking, to affect your behavior, to affect your energy, all that good stuff. When you get older and you've been exposed to this lovely planet, okay, it is a lovely planet, I love it, but it's a dangerous planet, and there's a lot of life trying to stay alive on this planet, some of which likes to stay alive at your expense. And so when you get through the dry fast, you'll almost have this feeling of being prescient, that you can predict things, see things. You are far more aware of stuff because you're no longer internally centered, you're outwardly centered, you're projecting out. And that's the biggest issue is projecting out because your future is created by what you think about. Everything you experience every day reinforces the thing that you're doing every day, but if you really start thinking about something that's outside of the norm and you really start focusing on that, you'll get it. I know it happens. Before I knew about The Secret and Earl Nightingale and Napoleon Hill and Wallace Wattles and all these guys, I've been listening to a guy talk about Neville Goddard. Neville Goddard is really interesting because he talks about this whole thing as well. And it turns out that if you can think about what you really want and imagine yourself having already attained it right before you go to sleep, you put all these desires in your subconscious mind. You take away all that analytical stuff because you need something completely out of the box to achieve that particular goal. Out of the box is just thinking about it right. And when you think about it, you don't have to imagine it all day long and all that stuff. The best time to do it is right before you go to bed. Imagine what you want, live it, pretend you're there, pretend you're sleeping in that bed in that big mansion you wanted, and go to sleep with that thought in your mind. And sooner or later, I have no idea why, but actually you do. You'll get what you dream about. And here's why. See all this out here? All of it. Every little bit of it. It's all magnetics, all magnetism, all electromagnetic. Forms what we call matter. Your brain is pumping out electromagnetic frequencies, your EEGs, all the time. They're broadcasting into this matrix of electromagnetic web, and it's designed, you're designed, to get what you think about. If you think about problems and worry about your problems and worry about the solution to your problems, the problems this and problems that, you're going to have more problems because you're thinking about problems. Simple as that. When I wake up, I go, God, I'm so grateful to be awake again. What wonderful things are going to happen today. We did it this morning, and some wonderful things happened today. They really did, out of the clear blue sky. Because you play it forward. You let it happen before it happens. Be there before you get there. Build a bridge to where you want to go back to where you are. There's so many ways to describe this, but that's why it works. But it really can't work easily until you've done a dry fast and got rid of the parasites. and gotten rid of the toxins and all the steps that's impeding your brain to create a mind that can broadcast what it wants without having to worry about how it feels. You get healthy, you won't feel anything but happy. And the other trick is, if you want to be happy, just smile. There's no way you can't be happy, you know. Anyway, the magic in this is the fact that you're here after billions of years of evolution, mutations, radiation, solar micronovas, all the stuff that's happened, all the poor people, God bless them all, for testing all these foods that killed them so we knew what we could eat. I gotta think about the other side of the game, you know. So yeah, it's a reason to be really grateful. People don't understand how precious and grateful their time is on this planet right now. Especially if my friend Ben and my past friend Doug are right about a solar nova, recurring solar nova on this star in about 22 years. Happens every 12,000. That's what happened with the upper and lower Dryas. And all those big changes in the glaciers when they broke and went back to glaciers. And then it warmed up. That's exactly when the last nova was. It could be that we're about to meet our Atlantis moment. So my advice is pretty simple. Dry fast, get healthy, get happy, get your mind straight, start eating right, exercise right. And you know what? If it doesn't happen in 22 years, you've been healthy, happy, and strong for 22 years. And you're probably living longer too. Living longer, think about that. Let's just say for a second Social Security doesn't run out, and you live to 150 and you're pulling all that Social Security number in. Just an idea. Anyway, so yeah, be happy. That's my advice. Eat the right stuff. Stay away from seed oils, nut oils, vegetable oils. You know, these concentrated oils are toxic for your mitochondria and everything else in your body. If you want cellulite, eat those oils. Anyway, so that's kind of the message today. Be happy. You're here. You have a chance. If you're watching this, you have more than a chance. You have a chance at extended life. We don't know how long this will last, but we know it's going to last longer. And that with these albatrosses removed from our necks, the toxins, the metals, the debris, it's hard saying how long you'll last. So, you got a lot to look forward to. A lot. Everything that's ever happened in your life can be fixed. Any bad that's happened in your life can be turned to good. You've got time now. Use it wisely.